come in. Class is about to start.
Professor!
What's up?
I have a question. It's 90 degrees outside. Why do you have that sweater on?
I see we have a jokester on our hands. Well, I have a sweater on when it's hot as hell outside because we're about to do the report card for SummerSlam, and you have been nothing but ice cold, Polyvac! You have been nothing but ice cold, so it's a bit chilly in the classroom today. But before we even get started, come here for a second. Now that's for interrupting my lesson trying to be a class clown. Isn't it bad enough you have WWE looking like a complete circus already? Now that we got that out the way, sit down, shut up. Class is in session. And before we start, I seen the little documentary that you put out called Unreal on Netflix. And man, when I say you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, I might be giving you a little bit too much credit. Man, I'm looking at that creative desk and I see a bunch of idiots. I don't see no knives at that desk. I see a bunch of spoons and forks. Calling you a knife is giving anyone in that room too much credit. You mean it takes this many people to come up with this crap that we're about to have to deal with this weekend? It's depressing. Next, you got Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the IC title, and now I gotta give this F2! An F2, not T-O-O, like literally 2 Fs. AJ Styles, I just came off of Raw and I see you with the Kabuki Warriors. How am I supposed to take you serious in this match? The Kabuki Warriors. AJ Styles. Now AJ is gonna mean automatic jobber. You're a complete jobber now. You tagged up with the Kabuki Warriors. That is your lead up to your big match at SummerSlam, going for the IC title. Give me a break. Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart, SummerSlam 91. That's what an IC title's supposed to be. Before getting the IC title, it used to be like you got the World Heavyweight Championship. It used to be on that level. Now getting the IC title, it's like equivalent thing to getting a fucking chocolate chip. It means absolutely nothing. Speaking of chocolate chips, we got Jelly Roll and Randy Orton in a tag match versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. And I know a lot of y'all probably gonna be surprised, but I'm not gonna give this a F. I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna give this a F-U-C-K-O-F-F. Fuck off, Jelly Roll. We don't want you in WWE. Ever since you came in, you've been saying cringe shit like the Roman Reigns era is better than the Attitude Era.
You think he's jealous? Why do you think he hates you?
I don't think it's jealous. I just think, imagine being like a tall, handsome guy that was athletic your whole life, and then just some fat guy comes in and everybody's like, we love this guy.
This dude is living in complete delusion. Oh, we love this guy. Where are you hearing this at? Maybe backstage in WWE because they like to glaze the celebrities, but I'm gonna keep it real with you, and I'm speaking for majority of the IWC. We don't love you, Jelly Roll. We hate you. We hate you, just like we hate Travis Scott. Man, did WWE really think bringing you on board for SummerSlam is gonna help TKO get them out of the... I'm having nightmares about Jelly Roll. Does WWE really think bringing your fat ass on SummerSlam is gonna help TKO get out of the... I'm having nightmares. Get out of the $3 billion of debt. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the IC title, and the I doesn't mean intercontinental, it means incompetent. So what will we grade this? F! My God, bro. This is a feud that has been getting dragged so long, bro. We're sick of it. We're done with it. Especially after seeing Lyra Valkyria and them stupid ass space boots on this past episode of Raw. I used to think the US going to the moon was a conspiracy theory, but man, Lyra Valkyria got me second thinking that. I highly think that this weekend, if she decided to take them space boots and bounce her silly ass to the moon, she could get the job done. And Becky Lynch, you're not off the hook. You have done nothing but cut the same promo, kept the same music, and really done nothing capitalizing being a heel this year. But one thing I can say about Becky Lynch, she is putting some prestige on the title. She's an over 10-year vet, so I think she's trying to at least brand the title in a way where it can actually be respected. But honestly, she's failing at that too. Look, I hope these women just fight and get it over with. Honestly, this should have been on the countdown or the pre-show to SummerSlam. Next we got Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, and I'm gonna give this a F. I'm a grown-ass man, I'm almost 40. Why in the fuck would I care about Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss being BFFs? This is the kiddie shit that WWE does that's becoming a problem. It's the reason why the SmackDown ratings, with the exception of the Hogan tribute, has been down the shitter. It's the reason why Raw on Netflix is unbearable to watch. It's the reason why them even charging a price of admission for SummerSlam, making it the scam of the century. This storyline should be booked for students still in elementary school. BFFs, and you're wondering why we don't take the women's tag team division seriously. It's because of storylines like this. Next, we got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and I gotta give this a F. A F. I don't give a shit about this feud. We're talking about Roman Reigns, the Batman, the Superman, the superhero of WWE. And this past Raw, the go-home show of SummerSlam, the man got his shoes took. I'm doing this review in a classroom, and look, I'm doing it barefoot because I can't help but to think how Roman Reigns got his Jordans took by Bronson Reed. Yo, what type of strong character, what type of strong figure gets his shoes took? Now he's walking backstage at Gorilla with some sweaty socks, man. Triple H, what are you trying to do, sir? You already killed kayfabe with the crap you got going on Netflix. Now Roman Reigns, you're trying to kill Roman Reigns' character too? And speaking of killing characters, where the fuck is LA Knight? Where the fuck is Ron Killings? Bro, Triple H is burying people left and right and left, and man, backstage WWE looks more like a fucking cemetery rather than a wrestler's locker room. Now, with that being said, I gotta be real, Braun Breaker has been being built pretty strong in this feud. Bronson Reed, you took a nigga's shoes and you're holding Seth Rollins' briefcase. It ain't gonna work, buddy. Paul Heyman has lost the plot completely. He don't know if he's coming or going. I feel like when Seth Rollins left, Paul Heyman might have should have left, bro. Because it's just not giving the same aura, the same feeling you gave with the bloodline. Next, we got Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa in a steel cage match, and I gotta give it an F. An F. An F. A F, bro. This whole feud was completely fucking a letdown. This whole feud is a letdown. You got Solo Sikoa along with the bumline Bachaloa, Jeff Cobb, Akuna Matata, doing absolutely nothing but getting their ass kicked 9 times out of 10 by Jacob Fatu alone. Why the fuck would we ever think that Solo Sikoa could beat Jacob Fatu if his whole faction can't even beat Jacob Fatu on a random SmackDown? Make it make sense. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. I think Solo Sikoa and his new faction makes him look way weaker than if he would have stayed with the enforcer Jacob Fatu. All he needed was Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa could have been built like a monster. You didn't even need the belt on Jacob Fatu. Solo could have had the belt. They could have went on a nice run. But now with the bum line being involved, we cannot take Solo Sikoa serious at all. Next, you got the Women's Championship match. Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, F! A F. I'm trying to be nice, bro. But what other grade could you possibly get, literally? Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, zero storyline. Jade Cargill won the Queen of the Ring. You had weeks to do this, and you haven't done it. It makes zero sense. These women not even having a feud. Actually, the exact opposite is happening. We just see SmackDown where Jade Cargill was in trouble, and guess who saves her? Not Bianca Belair or not a random referee. Tiffany Stratton, the woman she's facing for the title, saved her from getting her ass whipped. What the fuck are y'all doing in that stupid ass creative room? This match is horrible. Jade Cargill, I want to see Jade Cargill go over though. I want to see the strap on Jade. I don't care what any of you stupid ass trolls say neither. This woman has been progressing month after month after month. I think it's time to put the strap on her and see how she goes. She's a powerhouse. She has the it factor. Tiffany Stratton has had the title and done she done close to nothing. She beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. But outside of that, I can't think of anything Tiffany Stratton has done with the strap. Next, we got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, and I'm going to give that a C. I think this deserves a C. Not because you did some great booking, Paul Levesque. It's not because of that. It's because we asked for Karrion Kross, you gave us Karrion Kross. You know what I mean? So kudos to that. It's just something about Sami Zayn just feels missing. I don't know if his character needs a shake up. I don't know what needs to happen. But the last time Sami Zayn was on fire, he was the honorary oos. You had to act Samoan to be able to get some heat. That is not a good sign, sir. Next is the 6-man tag team TLC match. We got DIY. We got Andrade and Rey Fenix. We got the Machine Gun whatevers. We got Fraxium. We got the Wyatt shit. And we got the new tag team champions after this week in the Street Profits. Now, if you ask my grade, I'm giving this an A. And this might be your first A of summer school, but man, I want to give it an F or I want to give it a low grade just because I'm frustrated with this whole card. But if I'm sitting and thinking about it, Triple H actually built this up pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The only thing I'm frustrated about is the Street Profits never being able to defend their titles at WrestleMania specifically, but at none of the PLEs. Then they lost the titles on a SmackDown. I don't like that. But he got a chance to make it up. If they could hold them titles high after winning a second TLC match at the scam of the century, SummerSlam, man. This build-up, if I'm grading off the build-up alone, it was built up well. He didn't give it to us at WrestleMania. Maybe this was his long-term booking, what I call long-term bullshit, but maybe it's long-term booking. Maybe Triple H actually had this scene 6 months in advance, and if that's the case, that's an A. Next, we got a triple threat for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. We got Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky in a triple threat match. And I'm telling you right now, I'm giving this an A because of Naomi alone. One of the greatest heel turns I've seen in my life. I'm putting it top 5. This woman has done nothing but been on her A game. Flawless promos, flawless in-ring work, flawless all around the board. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. All I care about on this card is Naomi walking out of MetLife Stadium, the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I don't want to hear anything else. If that doesn't happen, I'm coming back on here and I'm going nuclear. I don't want to see Rhea Ripley walk out with the title. I don't want to see Io Sky walk out with the title. I want to see Naomi get what she deserved, and that's a legitimate title run as the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Last but not least, a sequel to the worst main event in WrestleMania history. The match that nobody asked for again. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. A fucking F. Why will we want to eat shit twice. Eating shit is already bad enough one time. Why the fuck would we want to eat shit twice? The only thing good about this is this. John Cena and Cody Rhodes, it will be a street fight. So we won't have the bore fest that we had at WrestleMania, or maybe we will. I heard Travis Scott got the boot, which was rightfully deserved, so he might not be involved in it, or maybe he will. Will we get The Rock? We don't know. It's a lot of unanswered questions. It's a lot of different routes Triple H and WWE Creative could go. I got a lot of people asking me about a heel turn, a double turn, a turn. We just want a solid match and some good storylines after this scam of the century. Also, we have Seth Rollins. He's out on an injury, quotation marks, injury. Will he come and cash in the Money in the Bank? We don't know. We know the injury. I feel like if this injury was real, we would have heard a lot more about it. We would have heard a lot more legitimacy about it. I've been calling, I've been asking. The more I start talking shit about WWE, the more my calls don't get answered. So I haven't been getting any clues over here. Let me know in the comments if you heard anything. Do you think Seth Rollins is going to cash in the Money in the Bank? I mean, steak? But man, like, this is interesting. Even though I give it an F for the build-up, and I'm only giving it an F because the WrestleMania match was so horrible, no one ever wanted to see it again. I do want to see how are they going to pivot. What are they going to do after this match moving forward? Cody Rhodes turning heel will be very interesting. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Cody Rhodes just got too much going on right now as far as being top merch seller, just being the top guy in the company. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. What do y'all think? Is Seth Rollins going to come cash in the Money in the Stank? Is Jade Cargill gonna walk out with the strap? Is the Street Profits is gonna get their just due and hold the titles high? SummerSlam has been the scam of the century. Triple H, oh no, Pollock, F's all across the board. Great job. You've been failing all year. You've been failing all summer. And the fall is coming up. And it seems like it's about to be back to school time. And for you, you're flunked. So you'll be repeating the grade, dumbass. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. I'm gonna go watch AEW, some wrestling that's a little bit more mature for my age. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bow!